Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ruby, this is Ruby Red. Thanks so much for being here with me today as we play another round of my TBR game, tic-tac-TBR. Before we get into the game though, I just have a couple of general announcements. I know I have not been posting for a while, on a little bit of a hiatus, and that's because I had a harder time integrating being back in school with the rest of my life than I hoped I would, but it is what it is. Everything's going well, and I'm hoping to get some more videos out in the next couple of weeks as I have a little bit of a break between my spring semester and my summer session. The other announcement is that I am co-hosting the Shelf This Book Club in the month of May. That is the book club run by Bailey from Is Bailey Reading. And the co-host each month gets to select the book and we read it, we have a great time. So I'm linking Bailey's channel down below as well as the Discord where some of the pre-live show discussions happen. The book that I picked for us to read in May is Now Is Not the Time to Panic by Kevin Wilson, which I am really excited to read and I hope you are too. And our discussion is going to be sometime on the 21st of May, which is a Sunday. I will be live here on my channel, so I look forward to seeing you. I hope that we all like the book. Okay, and I think that's it for my announcements. If you've never played this game with me before, it is very simple. I don't like to have a strict TBR. I like it to be more general, so I have this 3x3 grid that I fill with 9 random prompts every month, and then throughout that month, I try to read books that are going to fulfill those prompts in order for me to get 3 in a row. And for every 3 in a row I get a reward that will make it a little bit easier for me the next month. And if I do too well, I have to put a challenge prompt on the board, which is one of my 30x30 books. You can find that whole list somewhere on my channel and also on my Goodreads, which is linked down below. And that book stays on the board until I read it. And those are the rules. So let's talk about it. The board for April was as follows: a physical library book, a Connor pick, a book that was between 300 and 400 pages, an adaptation, a book by a GNC author, a trans or non-binary author, an audiobook. Pilgrim at Tinker Creek is my challenge prompt right now, a book with a pink cover, or a book for a readathon. And I did have a double up reward rollover from March. Okay, so what did I read in April? I swear I read all of these books in the first 2 weeks of the month and then I didn't read anything. The first prompt that we're going to cross off here is audiobook. I listened to The Retreat by Sarah Pierce. I read this as a buddy read with Bailey from Is Bailey Reading, Martine from Just Martine, and Kayla Ray Reads. I think that was it. And we buddy read the first book in the series together last fall. So this was fun to revisit. The next prompt is a physical library book. So I got a loan from my library of Homesick by Jennifer Croft. And I read that. Then for a book between 300 and 400 pages, I read The Bandit Queens by Perini Schroff. I don't remember how many pages that was, like 360, 340, something like that. I read those in a time when I still thought that I was going to read the Women's Prize for Fiction shortlist this year, which is a dream that I have since kind of let go of, because I think most of the books that I was most excited to read actually didn't make the shortlist, so I'm just reading like some of the long list books anyway. The next prompt we're going to cross off is readathon, and for that I'm using My Life with the Chimpanzees by Jane Goodall. This is an audiobook that I listened to because of the Magic Tree House read along that Martine and Kayla host. And this was the first time I read anything from, like, I had never read anything by Jane Goodall before. And I would like to again. This was a children's nonfiction book, which I didn't know going into it, and that sort of made it hard for me to like really enjoy it because I just am so not the target audience that I was like, I don't like this, but maybe if I was 10 I would. But anyway, I did submit that for some points. I don't remember if I used them for my team or against another team for Ramathon, but I did put that book in for some points. So that's my readathon prompt done. And then Connor picked, so I had said in my April TBR, why are months all have different names? In my April TBR, I had said that I would ask Connor to pick a book for me to take on a trip I was going on, maybe like my plane book, and I did do that. I ended up offering a stack of books for Connor to pick from, that were like books that I was really excited about, or so something that I was like pretty sure I could and would want to read because I wanted to be able to do this. So I didn't give Connor like free reign over my whole Goodreads, but Connor picked The Seep by Channa Porter, which I had also taken out from the library, and I did read this. Yeah, I did read that. And I'm also going to use The Seep for the prompt GNC author because Channa Porter uses she, they pronouns. So to me, that prompt is any book by an author who is not just a cisgendered man or woman. And this fits. So there you go. Those are all of the prompts that I fulfilled. So three in a row is pretty good for a month where I'm like, what did I read? I did try to read The Pilgrim at Tinker Creek, my challenge prompt. I wanted to read it. I read about 30 pages and I liked what I read. I think the writing is gonna be, you know, very, very good. I love nature writing, so I love Pilgrim at Tinker Creek, but yeah, I did not have the brain space to really enjoy or appreciate it, so I just put it aside for now. I will try again, I think this month. We'll just see what happens. So that's a wrap on April. Why is that so hard for me? Now we can talk about May. So in May, I am going to be reading Now Is Not the Time to Panic by Kevin Wilson for the Shelf This Book Club. Some other goals I'm just giving myself for this month. I do want to read at least one arc because I haven't read one since maybe February, but maybe January. So yeah, I would like to read one arc and my book club book. And then another goal is just that I want to be pulling from my physical shelf. I have so many books on my bookshelf right now that I'm really excited to read. So I'm going to be trying to get to some of those as usual. We will see what happens. But yeah, I'm trying to read the books that I bought because I want to. And hopefully I will be able to do more like daytime reading on my break between semesters. So yeah, that's the goal. Now let's pick our rewards, okay? How many are there? 9. I did, oh, let me shuffle these. 9 rewards, and we're gonna pick 3 of them. I did like, I used to have doubles in the rewards, but I can generate the same number twice. So I didn't feel like that was really necessary. And I did, I think, add maybe 1 or 2 rewards, if that matters. So our first reward is gonna be reward number 1, which is keep a prompt. Ooh, okay, so I get to keep a prompt from April on my May board. Exciting. That could be, let's do the rest of the rewards and then we can think about that. Our next reward is number 9, which is an arc, any prompt. So I can, if I read an arc, this is great. If I read my arc, I can use that book to cross off any prompt, regardless of if it fits the prompt. That will be encouraging. That's one of my new rewards. And then finally, number 4, which is use one book from last month. Well, that's not that helpful because the books last month were not that many, but that's okay. I'm pleased. Okay, the prompt that I would like to keep, let's see. Okay, so for a prompt that I'm gonna keep from last month, I'm gonna keep it in the same square, the same way that I keep Pilgrim at Tinker Creek in that same square until I read it. The prompt I'm keeping is audiobook because I know that I will definitely finish an audiobook and that's why. And then, yeah, I will be able to use my arc to fulfill any prompt, and I can use one of the books. I read 7 books last month. I finished 7 books last month. So one of those I will be able to use for one of these prompts. Okay, and I shuffled my prompt list, so now let's pick the rest of the prompts. We don't really get as many as we used to, but we got to do the rewards. That was kind of fun. Okay, the first prompt is audiobook. I don't think that's allowed. to have the same prompt twice. Usually I regenerate when I get a double, so I will regenerate. And actually the first prompt is over 500 pages. Shoot. Okay, the audiobook I'm currently listening to is over 500 pages, but I'm not super optimistic that I will be picking up any other enormous books this month. Although the arc I have in mind might be really long. Did I read any really long books last month? Also no. So that one, not very promising. I'm not gonna even like guess. I'm not gonna suggest anything. I'm probably not gonna do that. Okay, the next prompt is color wheel. Okay, so for this, I guess I should do a color wheel now, and then the color from the color wheel is the book cover. What? Yeah, this is like random color generator, I guess, but like spin a color wheel. Okay, I have found this wheel. It's just how it is. I didn't edit it. I don't have any gold books, so I hope I don't get that one. Red. Okay, so this prompt will be fulfilled by me reading a book with a red cover. Now, does the cover have to be mostly red, entirely red? I mean, it's not going to be entirely red, but like, or does it just have to have red on it? Because I'm looking at a book right now, I'm not going to get up and get it, but it has quite a bit of red on it. There's really only 2 colors on it, and one of them is red. Does that count? Let me know in the comments down below how red something has to be, and let's pick our next prompt. Nonfiction. Oh, okay, that's terrific. That's pretty easy. I am in the middle of 2 nonfiction books, I think. So I am hoping to finish one of them this month. But I won't say who or what. I will not say what the book is, but yeah, that's great. And otherwise, I have so much nonfiction on my bookshelf. Okay, the next prompt is over 500 pages again. No, we are not doing that. We are not doing that. Regenerate. Okay, an Indigenous author. I can work with that. I did just, no, because I'm gonna like launch into a story about I heard so-and-so talk about a book somewhere, and I don't know the name of the book, and I don't remember who the author is even, so I'm actually not gonna tell this story, but I do have one thing on my brain that I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if I have any books on my shelf by Indigenous authors, which could be fun. Could be fun. And I don't think I read anything last month that would fit that. No. Okay, well, if you have a favorite Indigenous author, please drop the name below. I would love to find some new faves. Okay, our next prompt is going to be a book with flora on the cover. Okay, love that. Always seems so easy, and then it usually is probably easy. I'm listening to an audiobook with flora on the cover right now. A bunch of the books that I read last month had flora on the cover, so those are all possible. And the arc that I have in mind also has flora on the cover, so I think we'll be good with that one. Again, like, sorry I'm not naming names, but I just, like, I don't feel up to it, okay? I don't feel up to it. Okay, our next prompt. I feel like this is another repeat. Oh, a gift. A book that was given to me as a gift. Okay. I am currently reading one. Again, that will remain a secret. Okay, I think I only have maybe 1 or 2 books that were gifts on my bookshelf. Like I said, I'm currently reading one, and I can think of maybe only 1 other one, but there might be 2. Yeah, the currently reading one is looking like the most likely, but we'll see what happens. But that's a great prompt for this month, where I am trying to prioritize books from my bookshelf. The last time that I tried to do this and I said I would read only books from my shelf, like, totally backfired. Absolute disaster. So fingers crossed that this month it goes better. This is our last prompt. A black cover. Okay, again, like how black does this cover have to be? Because I have another book in mind that I'm hoping to read that has a lot of black on the cover, but it also has a lot of red, I think, on the cover. Oh, red on the cover. Interesting. Yeah, how do we think, like main color or just like, you know, more than a speck of the color? At the end of the day, I will make this call, but I'm interested to know how you want me to make the call. So that's the board for May. That's where we're at. Like I said, I'm hoping to get some more videos out to you guys, but in the meantime, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're going to be reading in May, or what you would read to fulfill any of these prompts. Love to hear from you about that. And as always, the links are down below for the playlist of this game, which I've been playing for over 2 years, and the Google Sheets that I use to select these prompts. You can save it to your own Google Drive and then adjust the prompts to suit your preferences, and then you can play your own game, or you can just play my game with me. Yeah, okay, I'll see you back here definitely next month for my next round of tic-tac-TBR, even when all the other videos are impossible for me to manage. Tic-tac-TBR, I'm here for it. I love playing this game. I love making these videos. So you'll definitely see me at least at the beginning of next month, but hopefully you'll be seeing me again before then. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it, and I will see you back here for another video sometime soon. Okay, goodbye.